You've probably heard of George Orwell's Animal Farm. It's one of those stories that really sticks with you. It's all about a dream of freedom, a dream of a better world that just goes so wrong. So let's dig into how a revolution that was meant to end oppression ended up creating a tyranny that was even worse.
I mean, that's really the core question here, isn't it? The animals on Manor Farm, they wanted to build a paradise. They wanted a world without humans telling them what to do. But what they got in the end? Well, it looked shockingly similar to the very thing they fought so hard to escape.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Our story kicks off at Manor Farm. And let me tell you, it's a pretty miserable place for the animals. Their owner, Mr. Jones, is neglectful, sometimes downright cruel. They work themselves to the bone and get almost nothing for it. Life is just constant suffering. But one night, all of that is about to change.
These words come from Old Major, a wise old pig who gathers everyone in the barn one night. He shares this incredible vision, this revolutionary idea. He tells them, look, humans are the problem. They're the source of all our misery. He paints this amazing picture of a world run by animals, for animals, a world of equality and plenty. And just like that, the seed of rebellion is planted.
And it doesn't take long for that seed to sprout. One day, Mr. Jones gets drunk and forgets to feed them, and that's the last straw. The animals rise up, they fight back, and believe it or not, they actually manage to drive him and his men right off the farm. It's a huge victory. They rename it Animal Farm, and for the first time, they are their own masters. To make sure they don't repeat the mistakes of the past, they write down 7 unbreakable laws. They call them the Commandments of Animalism. This is supposed to be the bedrock of their new, perfect society. And since the pigs are known to be the cleverest, everyone agrees they should take the lead. So you've got 2 pigs kind of running the show. Snowball, who's a brilliant visionary, and Napoleon, who's, well, he's much more cunning. But almost right away, you start to see these little cracks forming. The pigs declare that the milk and apples are for them and them alone. They say they need it for brain work. It's the very first sign that maybe, just maybe, not all animals are as equal as they thought. And this is how Napoleon's quiet takeover becomes a not-so-quiet dictatorship. It really kicks off with a debate about building a windmill. Snowball's for it, Napoleon's against it. But instead of winning the argument, Napoleon unleashes 9 giant dogs he's secretly been training, and they chase Snowball right off the farm for good. With his rival gone, bam! He cancels the democratic meetings and starts trading with humans, all things that went completely against their original rules. So with Napoleon now in total control, things on Animal Farm get a lot darker. He keeps his power using a pretty classic 2-part strategy, propaganda and fear. He's got this one pig, Squealer, who is an absolute master of spin. He could convince you that black is white. And if Squealer's words don't work, well, that's what the dogs are for. And this is where it gets really sneaky. The pigs start moving into the farmhouse, sleeping in actual beds. Now, the other animals remember a rule against that. But when they go check the commandment, it's been changed. Squealer explains, oh, the rule was never against beds. It was against sheets. It's just this terrifyingly brilliant way of gaslighting the entire farm. Then things take a truly horrific turn. Napoleon stages these terrifying public spectacles. He forces a bunch of animals to confess that they have been working with Snowball, that they're traitors. And then his dogs execute them, right there in front of everyone. The dream of a world where no animal shall kill any other animal is completely shattered. It's been replaced by a reign of pure terror. Now, through all this, a lot of the animals just keep their heads down and keep working. And no one works harder or is more loyal than Boxer the horse. He's the heart and soul of the farm, the true believer who gives absolutely everything to the cause. He trusts the leadership completely, even when it's clear they don't have his best interests at heart. These were literally his 2 personal mottos. Anytime something went wrong, anytime food was scarce, anytime the rules changed, Boxer's response was always the same: I will work harder. And Napoleon is always right. His faith was unshakable. What happens to Boxer is, without a doubt, the greatest betrayal of the revolution. After years of back-breaking labor, he collapses. Napoleon says, don't worry, we're sending him to a vet. But the van that comes to pick him up isn't from a vet. It's from the knacker, the horse slaughterer. The pigs sold their most devoted follower for money to buy whiskey. It's just devastating. So years go by, most of the animals who even remember the rebellion are gone now, and the pigs, well, they don't do any work at all anymore. They've finished their transformation, and they've become the very thing they hated and fought against in the first place. And this is the moment it all becomes undeniable. The animals look out into the yard and see something that just breaks their brains. The pigs are walking, on their hind legs. The most basic fundamental rule, that 2 legs are the mark of the enemy, is gone forever. To hammer the point home, the sheep, who are great at just repeating whatever they're told, suddenly start bleating a new chant. The old slogan, 4 legs good, 2 legs bad, has been replaced. Now all you can hear is, 4 legs good, 2 legs better. The original idea has been completely twisted and turned on its head. When the horrified animals go look at the barn wall, the 7 commandments are just gone, painted over, and in their place, there's just a single, chillingly contradictory statement. It's an absolute masterpiece of propaganda, using the word equal to officially justify total inequality. The whole story ends with this haunting scene. The other animals are peering through the farmhouse window. Inside, the pigs are having a dinner party with the human farmers from next door. They're drinking, they're playing cards, they're laughing. And as the animals on the outside look from a pig's face to a man's and back again, they realize they can't tell which is which. So as you've probably guessed, Animal Farm isn't really just a story about animals, it's a powerful political allegory. Orwell uses this simple fable to show us how easily revolutions can be betrayed from within, how language can be twisted to control people, and how a noble quest for equality can be destroyed by a simple hunger for power. And that leaves us with the story's big, timeless question. When you build a system to get rid of your oppressors, what's to stop the new leaders from becoming oppressors themselves? How do we protect our highest ideals from the corrupting nature of power? It's a question that's just as relevant today as it was when Orwell wrote the book.